All right, we have a trailer for Morbius, a trailer I wasn't actually gonna do a video on, and then the end happened, and I was like, he's a Spider-Man villain slash anti-hero that Sony owns the rights to for the movies, which gets logistically complicated, especially by the end of this trailer. I'm gonna try to hold this cup down because I guess it freaks people out that I keep it in frame, but don't ruin the illusion. In this trailer, it shows he has a blood disease, he needs to cure it. So he does a scene that remarkably reminds me of the Crow City of Angels. That was a dumb ending. A dumb ending to a dumb movie, let's be honest. Crow City of Angels, that is. There's actually a really philosophical line in the Crow City of Angels. It's one of those remarkably deep for the movie it's in kind of lines. I'd actually have that one on my tombstone. You know the one. Fuck you, bird dick! Beautiful. Word vomit of the gods. So now Michael Morbius is like, oh, I'm super strong, and then he starts mutating into the living vampire. And of course, abs, because you're a medical mutant now, you gotta have abs. Who's thirsty? So it's exactly that, it's exactly what it sounds like, and it's pretty much exactly what it should be. It's the Wolfman in 2020, but instead of a wolf, it's a vampire. Opposites do attract in plot lines. I'm not gonna lie to you, at first it was kind of funny to me that they were boasting like, oh, from the studio that brought you Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. I was like, yeah, it's a studio that, yeah. I mean, it's easy to see them as Marvel Studios movies because they're in the MCU, but it is Sony, that's true, and Venom, which people think I hate Venom. I don't hate Venom. I like Venom and Eddie Brock in the movie, and She-Venom. Because if we're being honest, let's be honest. But that company and the scientist, this is a lame villain. So Morbius definitely reinforces that Spider-Man villains are essentially science experiments, science projects, or scientists who have gone wrong and now they're villains. No exception here. I think Jared Leto should do a good job because I still think Jared Leto is a good actor. And we have heard no reports of him sending dead rats, used condoms, dildos, or dead bats to his coworkers for Morbius, and that is a pretty solid start. Learning, growth, part of life. All right, I'll get to really what you want to hear about. So, Michael Keaton's in it. He's in the end of this trailer, which if that scene they show at the end of this trailer with Michael Keaton is a post-credit scene or something in this movie, I'm gonna be really pissed they showed that in the trailer. Is he Adrian Toomes? Is he just Michael Keaton playing someone else in this movie? I mean, that's happened. That could happen. Chris Evans is Human Torch and Captain America. It's possible. Unlikely though, because that just makes it more confusing and you wouldn't have him cameo at the end of the trailer. But I imagine it's Adrian Toomes. Also, he's not the only one. He's not the only thing that points to Spider-Man. There's a picture of Spider-Man that says murderer on the wall, but that picture of Spider-Man doesn't look like Spider-Man Homecoming Spider-Man or Spider-Man Far From Home Spider-Man. Looks a lot like Raimi Spider-Man. I'm telling you, Sony's just fucking with it. Which is the brilliant position Sony's in. No one really knows what Spider-Man's going to be in, if there's gonna be any crossover, what he might come into, what things might bleed into the MCU. So they can just throw Easter eggs at us and be like, I don't know, let's keep the chatter going. And here we are. I mean, case in point, this video, I didn't really feel like doing a video on this trailer until Michael Keaton. And I was like, all right. It's a couple things to say there. It's crazy times, but exciting times, I'll say that. You look at where we were in the mid-2000s and look at now. Not only did we have the Infinity Saga wrap up, unfathomable to think about 15 years ago, but now we're here going, well, that Venom movie happened and it wrapped up, and now we have a Michael Morbius movie. Is Spider-Man, which does exist now and is thriving cinematically, is he gonna cross over to this, or is he just gonna stay in the insanely successful franchise he's in right now? Maybe both. Crazy times. I don't know, I just appreciate that. So Morbius looks to be a simple premise. I feel like we've seen this premise a lot of times before. The scientist who's like, I'm gonna do the experiment on myself. Oh, I'm not innately a bad dude, but now I'm turning into a monster and now I gotta deal with that. This is not the only Spider-Man villain with that arc. Not the only one we've even seen on screen. So yeah, it's kind of like the Amazing Spider-Man with no Spider-Man. But I've wanted to see Michael Morbius on screen for a long time, and that look at the end, I'm like, well, that looks a lot like him. It's pretty accurate. So I appreciate that. Also, great use of Beethoven. I respect that. All right, so the trailer to Morbius, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.